The FBI has wrapped up its probe into the deaths of Chicago Police Sergeant Donald Markham and his wife, closing at least one avenue of a sensational case involving allegations of a police cover-up that has riveted the department, law enforcement sources have told the Tribune. At least 2 other investigations surrounding the tragic deaths, however, are continuing, leaving the possibility of state charges, administrative discipline, or firings. As part of a nearly year-long probe, the FBI hired experts to review the autopsy reports and photos from the Northwest Side home where Donald Markham was found fatally shot in the head in September 2015 after a drunken argument with his wife, Dina, also a Chicago cop, according to sources. Although Donald Markham's death had been ruled a suicide by the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office, a forensic pathologist hired by the FBI found troubling aspects about blood spatter near Markham's head, suggesting someone might have touched him and possibly moved the body, the sources said. In addition, the FBI expert believed the spot where a spent shell casing from Markham's gun was said to be found was inconsistent with the position of his body. And the fact that the handgun was in Markham's hand also raised a red flag, since a suicide victim typically drops the gun after a fatal shot is fired, according to sources. The mystery deepened last May when Dina Markham was herself found dead, submerged in a bathtub in the couple's home in the 5900 block of North Newark Avenue. Her death, which was ruled an accidental drowning, occurred before the FBI was able to interview her as part of its investigation. Last month, the FBI held an unusual meeting with officials at the medical examiner's office, where agents detailed the Bureau's findings, calling the suicide ruling in Donald Markham's death into question. A medical examiner's office spokeswoman said the initial Markham death investigation was put through a review by 10 other pathologists with the office. In those reviews, it was concluded that the body was not moved and that the position of the shell casing was, in fact, consistent with where the gun was found, she said. Ultimately, the office refused to change its ruling. The clear preponderance of information and evidence supports the 2015 findings of the office, as well as the manner of death ruling of suicide, the office said in a statement. But the case is far from over. In addition to the federal probe, officers and detectives who were present at the scene of Donald Markham's death have been interviewed by prosecutors with the Cook County State's Attorney's Office as part of a parallel investigation, the Tribune has reported. Also pending is a separate probe by Chicago Inspector General Joseph Ferguson, who launched his own investigation early last year, focusing on whether any city administrative rules or codes of conduct were violated. Among the issues that could be problematic is why detectives called the medical examiner's office to report the death when they were already en route with Markham's body. It is general practice for medical examiner investigators to go to crime scenes.